Hey guys, welcome to Techno Utopia. In this video, I am going to show you some cool ways to plot in Matlab. Matlab is a widely used advanced platform for many mathematical and scientific processes. In applications like signal processing, image processing, and machine learning, graphic analysis is really helpful. So let's start. The function used to plot in Matlab is plot. It accepts two arguments x and y. What this function does is it plots the 2D line plot of y versus x. In this case, x can be both vector and matrices or matrices. Now let me show you an example. Suppose I am defining my x from 0 to 2 pi with each step with steps pi by 20. I am defining my y as sin x. Now if I am plotting this x comma y, then as you can see it plots the sin x curve. Okay. Now suppose I want to plot in the same sheet cos x, sin x and cos x minus sin x curve. So how to do that? What I have done is simply write x comma y, x comma y1, x comma y2. So as you can see here, the blue line here is my sin x curve, the red one is my cos x curve, and the yellow one is my cos x minus sin x curve. In this case, you are not defining the colors of these lines, or you are not defining. As you can see, by default these lines are solid. Matlab allows you to choose your color for your line, or choose the styles, like you want a solid line, or you want dashed line, or you want dotted line for your plot by this. What this line spec is, it specifies the line specification for your plot. Now, in this line specification, you can specify line style, color, or marker for each point. Now, suppose I want to draw my plots in solid lines. So this single minus symbol, it specifies this one is solid line. If I am giving two minus symbols, it will specify it as a dashed line. Now if I want a dotted line, I simply have to put a colon, and dash dot is simply minus and a full stop. Also I can specify the color of my plot, color of the lines. Now if I want a yellow line, I will put yellow, blue, or B for blue, G for green, K for black, R for red, M for magenta. And also I can specify my data points. Like here my data points are in x I have values from 0 to 2 pi. In the corresponding y, all the sin x value for each corresponding x are my data points. I can also specify my data points by circles, or I can put an asterisk mark, so my data points will be specified by small star marks. Now, let me show you an example. In the previous plot, if I want to plot my sin x in green and my cos x with blue color dotted lines and star mark for my data points. I want to specify cos x minus sin x with say black lines, black color, and I want to give solid lines and mark my data points with circles. So as you can see here, my sin x is green line and cos x is blue with dashed lines, and this asterisk mark, star marks are specifying my data points. Similarly, cos x is a solid line and this is a black color line with my data points are marked by circle. Now I can plot several functions in one line by typing in plot x comma y comma x comma y1 like this, but I can also apply hold on to plot several functions in same sheet. Like if I am going to plot x comma y, then you can see it plots the sin x curve. Now in this plot I want to plot cos x. Now what I will do is type hold on, then again plot x comma y1. Y1 stores my cos x points. Now see here, it plots the cos x function for you. You can also plot several other functions in this by plotting plot x comma y3 or y4 if y4 defines some other functions. Okay, y3 is not defined here, y2. Now it plots my cos x minus sin x curve. Now after you are done with plotting your curves, you simply type hold off. Okay. As I have said earlier, this plot function accepts two arguments x and y, where x and y can be both vector or matrices. So what if one of my x and y is a matrix? So if one of my x and y is a matrix, then the matrix must have one dimension equal to the vector length if other one is a vector. So here the things get little complex. If number of rows in my matrix is equal to vector length, then the plot function will plot each matrix column versus the vector. Again, if the number of columns in my matrix is equal to vector length, then the plot function will plot each matrix row versus my vector. Let me show you this by an example. I am defining a matrix where my two rows will be sin x and cos x. X is 0 to 2 pi as I have defined previously. Now you can see here the matrix has 41 columns here, and also my vector x has 41 columns. Now number of columns of the matrix is equal to vector length, so it will plot each matrix row versus the vector. Now if I am going to hit plot x comma matrix, then as you can see it plots sin x, which is one vector, one matrix row, and cos x, other matrix row. Now what if my matrix is some simple random matrix like 12, 2 and 1, 14, 2 and 1, 14, 10, 0, 14, 5, 1. So if I am going to hit plot matrix. So as you can see here, it plots each column of the matrix versus the row number, like versus the column number. So here, yes, it's not visible actually. This one is my 14, 14, 14, the first column. This one, the second column, 2, 10 and 1. And the third column is plotted 1, 0 and 1. Okay. Line is not clearly visible. So to make it visible, I have to adjust my y limits. I can specify my limits from 0 to 20. Hit enter and here it is. Now you can clearly see this line. So you can specify your axis limits by x limit or y limit functions. Now I'll show you guys how to add title to your plot. Suppose I have a plot x comma y. As you know, y is my sin x. So it will plot sin x for me. Now I want to give title to this plot. So what you have to do is just there is an inbuilt function called title. Give some name here, like so it specifies the title for you. Now I want to give my x and y axis some labeling. X axis is x and y axis is sin x. Yeah, I made a spelling mistake there. Okay, as you can see, y axis is sin x and x axis is x. Now I will show you how to make subplots. So what is a subplot? What if you want to plot several graphs in one sheet? Like this is a sheet. This sin x plot is covering the whole area of my sheet. What if I want to plot several plots in this same sheet? So I can do that by function subplot. The subplot has a syntax subplot m, n and p. So what this function does is it divides my sheet to m cross n grids and creates an axis in the grid position p. So if I am going to divide my sheet in 2 cross 2 grids and point to the first position, this is specified by 1 here. Now I am going to plot my sin x curve there. So as you can see here, it plots the sin x curve me for here. Now I want to plot this is my cos x plot. So what it does is this is position 1, this is position 2, this is position 3 and this is position 4. Now what if I want to give title to my subplots? Like I want to specify this is my sin x curve, this is my cos x curve. So how I will do that? For that you have to name the subplots, like here 2, 1. Now this one gives this one assigns a1 to my subplot 1. So now if I am going to title my plot, then title a1, this is my sine curve. So as you can see, it named the curve here. How I am going to level the axis here? It's like the previous one. You just type level a1 and the level name. Again I have made a spelling mistake here. See, it levels the curve for you. So this is it for today, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.